this is the wrap and fuse. What it is cord with fusible web on it. It also comes in piping with fusible web on it. The exciting thing about this is that it's very simple to use. You actually just put the cording into the fabric, wrap it, and then with your iron on hot, fuse. This couldn't be any more simple. The nice thing about this is you can fuse right up into the edge of the piping, so you get a nice clean finished edge, and it's ready at this point to go into your pillow or cushion. We've taken the wrap and fuse one step further, and we're doing coiling with it. And some of the things that we want to do with the coiling is, to get started, you'll fold the fabric in and press it, set your cording about 1/4 of an inch back, wrap and fuse, and then you're going to take and trim the seam allowance. So you'll be trimming about that much, trim about half off. Do a running stitch and then draw up on it, and it makes the finished edge of the piping, so you can see that. The next thing you're going to do is give a nice little iron to the edge of the seam allowance. So now it's all in one direction and straight up. And what is nice about that then is, as you coil, you can keep your eye on that seam allowance and get it tucked right down, either in between or right up the top.
It's a great one.
So as we're coiling, you can see the other side is nice and smooth and ready to go. After you get it all coiled, you're going to want to just stick pins in it, and that's going to hold it until you get it lashed together. And lashing is we use either yarn, or you can use embroidery floss. This happens to be a DMC memory thread. Has a little copper center to it. We just use a back stitch for that. And what we're going to do is, because it's fabric, we can actually go through the fabric with our needle and bury the end of our yarn. I'm going to leave a little bit out because I don't want to inadvertently pull that out, but when I get done, I'll come back and cut it off right there. We want to go in through the center, and your first quadrant that you do, you want to make sure that you come up and catch this, because you want this end to be lashed down good and tight. So we're coming through the center. We're going to hold this. We're going to go up 2 coils. I guess I'm going to be doing it this direction. Up 2 coils, back through the center. And you're going to wrap those 2 coils at least twice. Now this is one part where you can actually do some design work with your yarn. So we're going to come back, we wrapped 2, and we're coming back to the second one. Then we're going to go up 2 and wrap those twice. Now when you get done with that, after you get all the way up to the top and get done with the wrapping, you'll just stick your needle again through this and draw your yarn out and clip it off, and then you have the end hidden as well. You'll come back and trim your edge, trim your end, and it's all good to go. Now, this is the product. It comes in 6 yard and it comes in 2 2/10 yards. Out of 6 yards, you can get 6 coasters because we use 1 yard of cording. You will have about this much left over, and with the leftovers, I made this pillow. And this is done simply by getting a piece of muslin. Set this on your muslin, stitch right through the piping nice and tight, pick up your next piece of cord, lay it on, and stitch through the piping again, and so on until you build up a whole sheet of cording. And then you can cut it and make it into a pillow. If you're using the small piping for your handbags and you want to have some left over, you can also coil that. And the way we do this is we put a little bead of fabric glue on the edge as we're coiling it together. The back is covered with a yo-yo. This makes a nice pin or button, and you can decorate it with beads. And you have a unique piece of accessory to go on your handbag or on your sweater or on your garment.